Good evening, everyone. My name is May, and this is interview in conducted for my final exam in English subject. Today, I would like to discuss English learning and the development of foreign language education in Indonesia. For this discussion, I'm joined by a graduate of Kampung Inggris Pare. Good evening. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Mahesa. I am a graduate of Kampung Inggris Pare, where I studied English intensively through daily practice and communication.
Before we begin the interview, I would like to show your test result from Kampung Inggris Pare as proof of your learning. Wait a minute. All right, let's start by talking about your learning experience there. Learning English in a real life environment is often considered more effective than learning only in the classroom. Could you share how your learning journey at the Kampung Inggris Pare began?
Sure. At the beginning, the learning process focused on helping students understand English as a language, not just as a school subject. We were trained to understand meaning, context, and how English is used in daily situation.
When people start English, when people start speaking English, it can be difficult to express ideas clearly. How did you learn to make correct sentence?
We start with simple expression and gradually move to more complex ones. Through daily speaking and writing activities, we became familiar with how sentences are structured and connected. This helped us communicate more clearly and confidently.
In daily conversation, people often talk about plan or possible situation. Did you practice this is on your class?
We practice discussing real life situation, future plans, and even imaginary condition in conversation. By using example from daily life, it became easier to express different possibilities naturally.
Okay. Communication also involves sharing information from others. How did you learn to retell message or conversation actually?
We often retold stories, instruction, or conversation we heard before. This activity trained us to adjust a sentence and time references so the information could be delivered clearly.
Okay, many English words, especially verb, can have different meaning depending on the context. How did you handle this during your learning process?
We learn words through context instead of direct instruction or translation. Teachers gave various examples of how the same verb could be used in different situations, so we understood the meaning more naturally.
Okay. And what was your daily routine like? And how were the vibe at the Kampung Inggris Pare?
The schedule was quite intensive, starting from early morning until evening. Despite that, the atmosphere was supportive and enjoyable. Students came from different regions and backgrounds, but everyone was encouraged to practice English daily.
Oh, nice. What about the cost? Is affordable for the most people?
Uh, sure, yes, the cost is relatively affordable. This course fee generally ranges from the 1 to 3 million rupiah per month, depending on the
Mm,
program. And this makes Kampung Inggris Pare accessible for students, university learners, and workers.
Okay, based on your experience in such an intensive learning environment, how do you see the development in English learning in Indonesia?
English in English learning in Indonesia has developed positively. More people now realize the importance of English for education, career opportunities, and global communication. Non-formal institution, online platform, and learning communities support this development. For me, especially, I also plan to work abroad in the future. Therefore, English is very important for daily communication and for building professional relationship in uh, in an international environment.
Okay, in your opinion, how important is foreign language learning for Indonesian society?
Uh, Foreign language learning, especially English, is very important. It helps Indonesian access global information, compete internationally, and build international cooperation. In today's global era, language skills are no longer optional.
Okay, would you recommend learning English at Kampung English Pare?
Maybe kelas bahasa, Mr. Bob, and also I forget the one. Maybe just two.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for sharing your experience and insight. This interview was given a clear picture of English learning and the development of foreign language education in Indonesia.
With a pleasure.
Okay. From this interview, we learned that English learning is not only about language rules, but also about confidence and understanding. Hopefully, this interview can contribute to better understanding from foreign language learning in Indonesia. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you for the opportunity to present my interview today. My name is Sumeylina from class AQ 102 Asia Cyber University. Today, I'm going to present the result of my interview about English learning at Kampung Inggris Pare Kediri. This presentation is part of my final exam in English subject under the supervision of Miss Erni Handayani. Okay, let me begin with the purpose of this interview. The purpose of this interview is to explore real English learning experience. I also want to understand the development of foreign language education in Indonesia. In addition, I would like to see how practical learning methods can improve students' speaking skill. The interviewee is my Saputra Dewa. He is graduate of Kampung Inggris Pare. He joined an intensive speaking program. During his study, he practiced English communication every day. According to him, practice is most important part of learning a language. Okay, learning methods. Based on the interview, the learning method focus on communication. Students learn English through contact. They do not only memorize grammar rules, instead they practice speaking in daily situation. And they start from simple sentence and they try move to more complex sentence. Because of this step-by-step progress, student can be improved gradually. Okay, class activities. There are many activities in the class. In the morning, students usually have discussion. In the afternoon, they practice speaking. and in the evening, they read a story and review the lesson. By doing these activities regularly, students become more confident. If students practice consistently, they will improve faster. Okay, environment and cost. The learning schedule is intensive. Class start in the morning and finish in the evening. Wherever the vibe is supportive and positive. Students come from many different regions. The course fee range from 1 to 3 million rupiah per month. It's affordable for student and worker, I think. Development in Indonesia, education, career, and global communication. Uh, English learning in Indonesia is developing positively. Nowadays, English is very important for education, career, and global communication. Many institutions provide formal and non-formal English programs. In the interview, Mesa also said that he planned to work in another country in the future. So, English is very important for him, not only to communicate but also to build professional relationship. Okay, based on his experience, he recommended learning at Kampung English Pare. This program is good for student, university student, and the worker. The method is simple and practical. The most important thing is motivation. If you have motivation, you can improve your English. Okay, professional reflection. From this interview, I learned that English is not about grammar. Confidence is very important. Practice improve fluency. A good environment support learning progress. And I believe that if we practice every day, we can improve our English skill. Uh, to conclude, English learning in Indonesia is growing and improving. Intensive practice help learn develop their speaking ability. Motivation and consistency are the key to success. In the future, English will become even more important in our global society. And that's all from me. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.